Hi everyone, this is Laurie and welcome to my channel. I'd like to share with you today a card I made for my grandmother's 98th birthday. Isn't that amazing? I can't imagine living that long, but she's very healthy and a beautiful woman. And I wanted to make something special for her. So I've made this card, but I wanted to share it with you first. I had used a piece of Prima's Divine Collection for the background here on another project where I had taken this sheet and coated it in a white paint that had been watered down just to kind of soften it up, and I had a large piece of it left, and so I thought it'd be fun to kind of keep going with that and add some more textures and paints to it and play around, see what other looks I could get to it. And so and you see here, you can see some of the paper showing through. But what I did is I took my Mr. Hewley's color mist. This is First Kiss, and I did some spraying and some just splattering of the paint on it. And then next took white paint and did a bunch of droplets and again some splatters here and there. Really added a really unique texture to it, and I thought it kind of a nice look. Well, then once all that was dry, then I added Dazzling Diamonds. This is just a tattered angel's mist over top of that, and if you can see, it's just shiny enough. I think that helps seal the paint oftentimes if you spray something that's kind of clear or shiny over that. Okay, so that was the background inspiration back there to start with this card. And of course it's just a piece of black cardstock that I measured out to fit in an envelope that I have, and then used a piece of white textured to mount that on. And this has a little ink just around the edges there. And then, so for this background piece, I also added a faux stitch look to it. This is, I just used an ink pen and just did little stitches around the edge, just for a little bit of definition of the card here. And then you can see here some of the paint strokes and some of the just blotches of paint here and there on it. And I really like that. It's fun to play around with. It's fun to try it out and see what you come up with for texture to the back of your layouts or projects. Okay, then next I used a Sizzix Flourish die. I really like this one because of the cute, see if we can hold it just right here, the cute little hearts that are in it. It's one of my favorite dies. I have a whole lot, and I end up grabbing this one an awful lot because I just really like it. So that's what's back in here from one of the other paper pads. I tore a strip here from another one and added just a little bit of paint here and there on it too, and some sprays to kind of, you know, make it coordinate with the background piece. This is another strip here. Used a Fisker's Heart Punch and inked all the little pieces that are in here as well. And then I added a, I've got one of them here, a paper heart. This is one of the little paper doily hearts. I inked around the edge of that, and I also added just a little bit of spray on it, just to, again, to coordinate with the other pieces in the layout. Added some roses from my stash. This is another punch from Sizzix that just has leaves, because I think leaves always look good in flower arrangements. I have a little heart punch, just a little small one here. This is by Recollections, that I use to punch out the hearts that are running up here, the larger ones. And then I have a little tiny punch also that I punched out little tiny hearts to kind of flow up the side of it there. There's a couple punches back in here that are some Fisker punches of some hearts also in back there, and a couple strips of paper. You can't quite see them back in here, another, just to add another layer in there. Punched out a tag at a white textured cardstock. This is just a Studio G stamp I had. Added a little bit of a lace, sheer lace bow. There's also back in here a little piece of tulle. It's kind of hard to see in the video, but there's some little bit of tulle just to add a real softness in and around the arrangement of flowers there. And just another piece of trim going up through there. And so then as you can see here, there's some little metal gold hearts that look like they've been hammered, kind of a hammered look on them. Can you see this? If I can get that in there. This is a copper sheet that I sell in my Artfire store. I sell it by the roll. I sell it by a large sheet, but I also just started cutting it up and making it in smaller sheets so that people that just want a little piece to play around with, like I did here, could purchase it that way. The sheet is 5 inches by 8.5 inches, and it's only $2.50 and $1 shipping for US. So it's pretty reasonable. It's very flexible. You can roll it. You can cut it with scissors really easy, run it obviously through any of your punches. You can even use it through your embossing folders. I've got some other ideas that I'm going to be doing with it pretty soon, but I just wanted to let you know that I carry it. It is a pure copper sheet, and so it can be patinaed if you would like to do that with it. And let me show you how I did the little hearts here. So I find something like an old mouse pad. This is just a, I'm not even really sure what it was for, but it's a little rubber sheet. So it has a little bit of a give to it. And then that's kind of what you want to do when you're trying to give this little hammered look to these hearts. So I've punched out the heart and I've turned it over on the back side. And then I just happen to have one of these by Basic Gray. It just has a little rolling point kind of thing in it here for making embossing folders and stuff like that stand out. And then it's got a little flat edge on this other end. And you could use pencils, anything with a really fine point. And so you're going to put it down on the little bit of a surface that's going to give. This just helps give that hammered look. And I just went around and started, so I can do this without wobbling the camera, just start giving it a little punched look. And I kind of rolled it around a little bit around the edges so that the edges would curl up some. And you just go around there just as many times as you'd like to, so that you can get, so if I can get that in there. Oh, got that one edge turned under just a minute here. There you go. Because you can reshape them like you'd like to. It's kind of hard to see on camera with the glare of it, but you've got this little hammered, punched look to it. So that's just something fun that you can do with this if you'd like to try that out. Like I said, the link to my Artfire store will be down below. And you can grab a piece of that and play around with it and see what you come up with. Thank you very, very much for sharing your time and your day with me again. Have a great one, everyone. Bye.